What's up guys, my name is Rob and this is a series I've started called the Robbie Baldwin story, where I cover a character obviously called Robbie Baldwin, and it shows his journey through a lot of stuff really, but mainly starting in Civil War where it all kicked off. And trust me, it all kicked off. Civil War is debuting in the cinemas recently, possibly predating this, I'm not sure, so I thought I'd do this little thing and try and keep the explanation short. So basically, Civil War is a massive Marvel Comics event where a superhero team filming a reality TV show by the name of the New Warriors, that's the name of the team by the way, not the reality TV show, they go into Stamford, Connecticut and try and capture 4 villains who are staying at this house. They're escaped criminals, so it's not like they've randomly rocked up at their house and they're trying to just beat them up for kicks because they did wrong in the past and they haven't paid for it. They broke out of jail. They got Cobalt Man, Cold Heart, Speed Freak, and a guy called Nitro, who we'll get to. It is a big part of this story. And so the current lineup of the New Warriors are Robbie Baldwin, aka Speedball, Namorita Namorita Prentice, or Priestess. I swear it's Prentice, but I swear in multiple comics they screw up the names sometimes. But either way, Namorita, Namor's cousin. Dwayne Taylor, Night Thrasher, and a guy called Zachary Smith going by the name of Microbe. And basically they go in and the whole place blows up. They basically blow up the town of Stamford, Connecticut, and in so they kill 612 people. Now I say they kill because most people in the world, in the Marvel world, blame the New Warriors for it. They say, oh, this untrained, like the main argument for the Superhuman Registration Act, which is something that coming after this, because they're like, oh, we can't have these superhumans going off on their own and just going into these places and blowing people up, because this is one of the biggest things that's ever happened in the Marvel Universe. The amount of casualties, like civilian casualties, is huge compared to most things that's going on. That's the way it's billed in the story anyway. So basically, Tony Stark is like, I've got to explain a bit of the main Civil War storyline to explain a lot of it. Basically, Tony Stark's like, right, well, we can't have this. They better all sign up with the government, and that's where he comes in with this bill called the Superhuman Registration Act, where anyone with superpowers, or if you're born a mutant, etc., you have to register your name with a government, otherwise they're going to put you in jail, basically, even if you're not out there superheroing. So it's just that thing happens. And basically, everyone blames the New Warriors because Tony Stark is billing them as some sort of, oh, look at these teenagers who had no experience, just some random bunch of people who went and tried to do this and play superheroes. Like, no, they didn't play superheroes, they were superheroes. They've been superheroes for years. This is like the third incarnation of the New Warriors. They've been doing this for ages. Speedball's been doing it since he was 15. Like, it's like Spider-Man. Spider-Man's been doing it like he was 15, 14. And it's like, these weren't untrained superheroes. They knew what they were doing. The only thing they didn't know is a guy called Nitro, one of the supervillains in it, had been amping himself up with this massive, like, this juice. Oh, I can't remember the bloody name of it now, but I will name it in another video where we talk more about Nitro. He's been amping himself up, and basically he's increased his powers like tenfold, and that's mainly what causes the explosion. And Speedball, whose powers to do with kinetic energy, absorbed most of that explosion. So if it wasn't for Speedball and the New Warriors, a whole lot more of people would have died whenever Nitro decided to do this. Like, yes, he might not have decided to do it then, but in the future his powers could have got a lot stronger and a lot more people could have died. So, I'm completely on their side. I believe in vigilante justice. I think it's and they were, like, unlike it says in the comics, they were trained. They did know what happened. So basically, they did know that what they were going for. They were trained. They weren't untrained like superheroes, like it's such made out to be, which makes me a little bit sick because I follow their career. I know they're not real. I know it's a comic, but you know, gets to me. Basically, that's the first part of the story. 612 people die. The New Warriors are blamed for it, and they are assumed dead. Namorita, Night Thrasher, Microbe, Speedball, all the supervillains, Coldheart, Cobalt Man, Speed Freak and Nitro, they're all presumed dead along with the 612 people. Not along with the 612, because 612 also includes the people who are dead. And well, basically Nitro and Speedball both survive. Okay, but the rest of them die. So that includes, they are included in the 612. It sounds quite convoluted, but it's probably just the way I'm explaining it. So that is that's the basis of the story, and that's where I'm going to end this here. Hopefully you've learned something already. Hopefully this just hadn't been some sort of long ramble, but this is the base explanation of the main Civil War, and it will lead on from there in Robbie Baldwin story part 2. So like, favourite, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let me know what you thought about it in the comments. And there's gonna be more coming up. So I hope you enjoyed this. See you later.